notice to cure. Again, I get lots of calls about this, so let's just go through the basics here.
Hi guys. This is pretty much been Jonathon Daily.
All right, landlord tenant review. So we're going to talk about notice to cure. Again, I get lots of calls about this, so let's just go through basics here. Notice to cure. Your air conditioning is not working. It's the responsibility of the landlord. What do? You send a notice to cure. Don't be doing this texting thing unless your lease specifically says via text or via email. Send them an official written notice to cure or call our office and we can do it. Send them a 7-day notice to cure that says you're in violation of your lease agreement because you're not keeping this place well maintained. You're not maintaining the air conditioning unit. It needs to be fixed, or the heating unit, whatever it is, it needs to be fixed, and you have 7 days to do it. Does that mean they're really limited to 7 days? No. What happens is they do have a reasonable amount of time, but once you've got that notice out, once you've got it sent to them via certified mail, they are on notice at that point, and you don't have to worry about it. So once they're on notice, what happens? Well, like I said, they have a reasonable amount of time. However, what are your options if it's been 7, 10, 15, 20, 30 to a month has gone by and they have not done it? At that point, does that mean you just don't have to pay rent? No, we've done videos on this. That doesn't mean you just can't pay rent, because they'll notice the minute you stop paying rent, you know your landlord's going to notice. So what do you do at that point? If you've sent the notice to cure and whatever the repair or the violation of the lease that the landlord has committed, if it renders the place completely uninhabitable, then you can move out and you're not liable for rent. Now, does that mean they won't send you to collections and try to ruin your credit and still come after you for back rent, etc.? No, they may still do that. When you do vacate, communicate that to them. And if you've sent that notice to cure, like I said, then you can then send a notice to terminate. And at least arguably you have terminated the lease at that point. Now, if this repair or violation, like in our example, is the air conditioning, it doesn't render the place completely uninhabitable. If it's just not heating or cooling to a certain degree, but it's still semi-working and the place is not 100 degrees, whatever the case may be, then you can either agree to terminate the lease or you can agree to a rent credit or a lowering of the rent based on the loss of rental value you're experiencing because of that repair or maintenance job not being done. Hopefully that's clear. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, give us a call. Let's go on. For the latest in case updates, legal tips, news, and politics, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and our other socials, and above all, subscribe on YouTube to get your dose of excellence on a daily basis.